Hey guys, it's Ty Jones. Hey, I wanted to send a little message out today, kind of follow up from yesterday, but really specifically based on some questions I got from the group about, how much time needs to be spent in this business to be successful. First of all, that term successful can mean different things, obviously, to different people, depending on what you want out of this business. If you're talking about a few $100s a month, or you're talking about a full-time income. So that can be relative to based. I mean, you're going to get exactly what you put into it. And to that point, people that put in really very minimal time or no time, but say use the gel, but they talk to a person or two here or there, and then it just blows my mind because I wonder at end of a few months going, Ty, we don't have anything to show for it, but they really didn't share it with anybody. There are definitely not enough people to make a business. So guys, if you treat this like a part-time kind of hobby, then you'll have a hobby income. If you treat it like something that you want to turn into a full-time income, that's very doable, but you have to put the time in. So today's message is really about time and what are you doing with your time? We all have discretional time. I know that some people work in 3 jobs. Some people work in a full-time gig, have a couple of kids, maybe take care of a parent in your home. Obviously, you got your spouse. We're all pulled in many different directions between what we do for a full-time living and with our families. And obviously, we have other responsibilities that go into our communities and things like that. I get that, and I have this conversation with people all the time. I'm going, I just don't have the time. I just want to give you a couple of numbers here, because the average just for you people, you kind of understand where time goes for most people. Not necessarily you, but for most Americans. We as Americans, based on Nielsen, studies, show that we spend about 5 hours a day watching TV. And guys, if you figure that up, that's about 77 days a year that we watch TV. If you add that media, I'm talking about television, into the other media, which is what I'm doing now, this would count, is social media, whether you're listening, watching, reading, interacting, or just checking out Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. You ready for this? That whole number is about 11 hours a day that the average American spends in media-based activities, okay? And I know, in fact, when I research these numbers, it's almost, I can't even imagine that someone spends that much time. Are we all guilty of watching shows on Netflix? I know I am. Plugging into Facebook, doing different things. What I am doing, guys, and I recommend this for you, I do engage in social media. I try to spend the majority of that time, though, working my business in social media. So I may be connecting with someone on Facebook that I got out of a group, another group, and I realize they may have an interest in the business. I will make sure I friend that person, and then I engage with them and build that relationship, thus to at some point share with them what I'm doing. So a lot of what I do is either for my training business and for the gel business on social media. And again, I'm like anybody else. I'm still going through people's, the thread on Facebook, sometimes LinkedIn. But again, the back of my mind, I'm always thinking how I could actually bring in a conversation with someone regarding the gel or the business based on sometimes their post. It's been highly effective for me. So that's what I'm doing. And what I would say to you guys, we're all busy. I guess it's one of those things is I really want this badly, so I'm going to prioritize some of my time to doing some of the things that need to be done to make my business grow, okay? And if that's not really deep down inside you, that you have the drive and motivation to plug through some times when you're tired, instead of going through hitting people up on Facebook Messenger or friending people that you might can engage with about the gel, or going through LinkedIn or Instagram, those types of things. If you don't do those daily, you're not going to be crazy successful in this. It's just not likely that you're going to get a person or two out of a small group that you tell that's going to come in and blow this business up. So if anybody's ever told you that you only need 2 or 3 people to really make this thing grow, That's actually, there's some truth to that. But guys, you're going to go through a lot of people, for most of us, a lot of people to find those 2 or 3 what we call diamonds in the rough. Or, I compare them to somebody who's going to come in and work the business like I do, because I know what I do daily in this business. And my thought is, and my hope, and I pray and I wish for people on my team as distributors to do what I'm doing, because I know then they're going to obviously generate a great income for their families and themselves in this gel business, but it's also going to obviously help me as well, right? So I want those people to do what I'm doing. Most won't. I just know that going in, that most people aren't going to work as hard as I will. And that's okay. Again, but I'd love to find another person, 2 or 3 people. And I'm constantly looking for those people that go, hey, I want this. I need this. I will do what you tell me. And I can be tired in the day. I will make it happen. I'll spend an hour a day or 2 hours a day and make this work and sacrifice over a year or 2 to build a real serious, guys, residual income. So that's the message for today, is that really think about what your priorities are. And guys, life is cyclical, right, and what we go through. There's definitely been times over the last 3 or 4 years since I've been doing this business that things are going on in my life, right? We all have these, where it just takes more time from what your average day was before. That makes it a little bit tougher to stay consistent. But I just drive myself, and the magic number, guys, I would tell you to shoot for, is I reach out to 10 people a day, okay? And I think a lot of people hear that and they go, that's crazy. How do you find 10 people? Again, we'll go into more videos about, I'm not just doing it from a warm market. It might be a few from a warm market daily. It might be somebody I meet at the store. We connected and talked about something. Or maybe, obviously, social media. I get a lot of people from social media. So I combine all those. I don't really care where they come from, as long as I'm able to reach out to 10 people and share of the gel and the business to them. That's the magic number. That just works for me. But guys, think about that. If you did 5 people a day, over 30 days, right, that 150 people, that's a large number of people that, you're going to have some of those people. A lot of them take the gel, and a lot of them few of them are going to start the business. And some may start the business, do nothing, but you might have a few of those that actually do some work in this thing, and you might get that 1 or 2 persons out of 150 that may do what we're doing. So I hope it helps. Stay positive. Know there's going to be some no's along the way. It is a numbers game, and there's a lot of people that are looking, guys. That's what you got to remember. If you don't share it with them, you don't give them an opportunity to tell you no. But there's a lot of people looking to feel better, and the gel does so many things for us, as we know. And there's also a lot of people looking for a financial solution for their families, and for obviously many different reasons. So keep plugging, keep reaching out. It's okay if someone says they're not interested, they don't want it for now. All right. So have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.